Hi guys, this is Gerard Shifting Lands and we have a lot to do. This is the first video of at least 2, maybe 3, we'll see. But we have a lot of ground to cover. We are going to build this actually original Nativity piece. And by the time this video will be released, we all forgot about the holidays because they are way behind us, but who cares? Anyways, this build I did in 2024 with 2 large groups of Nativity builders, and since then I got lots of questions about this build. People who didn't attend the workshop wanted to build it as well. So I thought, well, hey, why not do it? So that's what we are going to do. We start off with the rough build in this video. Will be followed with a texturing video, and let's agree, let's try and paint and flock this one as well. Okay, time to start. Okay, so we are going to build this piece. And before we start, a few things. Now, this original was designed for a Nativity workshop where the figures are roughly 4 inch, 10 centimeters high. Which makes it actually a very small piece compared to the height of this miniature. Now, mind you, although it was designed for a larger scale, this build would actually, with some exceptions, fit perfectly in a 28mm scale. First of all, imagine yourself walking into a big castle, a cathedral, a palace. It's not that uncommon to go through these kinds of large openings. So actually, this could well be in the right scale. The only thing you have to adjust if you want to build along, but you want to do it for 28mm, is pay attention to the stairs, smaller steps, and for, well, if, and this is an option, you would add a separate building to the side. This door is then too big, but for the rest, I think it could also fit in a smaller scale. Okay, enough blah blah. Let's try and start working with this. So we have the project in 3 parts. We have the base. We start with the base, the first thing. Then we have the main building. You could say the square, and the side building, well, that's very small, 3rd piece. We address that shortly, I think. Let's start with the base, and we work from there. So as for the base, forget all the things you see when it comes to texture, things that are glued upon. Just focus on the shape. It's quite straightforward, and actually if I flip it, you will see that I actually used a very cheap EPS foam, and I glued along the sides a very slim sheet, thin sheet of foam, and then I added some extra blocks. So let's start with this, and I think it will take me a few minutes and we have this part ready already. So here we go. Now, first of all, this is very cheap foam. And for you, if you want to know how wide it is, it's roughly 13 inch, which is 33 centimeters wide. And it's 11 inch-ish deep. And I have 2 of these sheets. And if I combine them, then it's 1.5 inch thick. Okay, so that's the first thing. Almost there. The base is almost ready. I want to make a playful surface, which means I will be adding some components, but I also will cut out a square, let's say roughly 3.5 inch. So let's do just that. I said roughly, so just eyeballing. Okay, very, very nice. Put this one aside. And there are some strips that we have to glue. Here we have the right thickness, I guess. Yeah, that we can glue all around it. And these are maybe 1/5 of an inch, bit thicker, bit thinner. It's okay. And we glue them all around. So let's do just that. Deco flare. Well, forget the name. It's a kind of paste that you use to glue the cheap foam sheets onto a ceiling, for instance, or onto a wall. So I think in any hardware store, if you ask for a type of glue with which you can glue EPS foam sheets together or on walls, and they do have this kind of pastes. They're very common, so nothing fancy. Okay, this is already done. Great, 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 great. Okay, that's one. Now, no time to lose. Okay. There we go. So I will be cutting now the sheets to the right length. And I work my way around. Okay. Perfect. You can use some needles if you like. I don't do that. Okay. Again, this is very straightforward. Maybe as of now we can go fast forward. Okay, so I finished dressing up the edges of the base. This has to dry a little bit. Didn't have enough for this corner. Doesn't matter. There will be a stairway in here. Actually, this is now the top, and this is fine. Now, the final thing. Well, not the final thing, but the thing we have to do now is to actually put this sheet on top of it. Now, mind you, this is one big sheet, and you will not get a sheet this big, simply because you have a proxen and the height is limited. Nothing to worry about. This area will be transformed into a area with tiles. And if there is a seam somewhere, we can work it in a way that you will not see that seam at all. So although I have one sheet here now, it could well be 3 strips. Again, nothing to worry about. So before I glue this on, as you can see, the edges do stick out a little bit. So that's good. I do that all around. Okay. Okay, and one more cut. You cannot see it, but you will see in a moment. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we have to glue that on as well. So let's do that. And uh-oh, I flipped it again. So if this is the bottom, yeah, okay, this is fine. Okay. That's nice. Okay. Okay. I think we're there. Okay, that's my base. A little bit. Okay. This base is a little bit thicker. Well, no, it's the same, more or less. Okay, so this looks nice. We still have some things to do, like adding the 2 stairs. 1, 2, and maybe the 3rd one here. But that's something for later, I think. For now, this is the base. It looks nice. It's exactly what I wanted. So yeah. So let's start and work on the building that goes on top. So we start with this part, and let's break it down to simple geometric shapes. And let's start with the corner parts. So you see we have a column that is, let's see, 1.5 inch wide. It is 8 inch tall. This is an ornament that goes on top. And you see that this side, but also this side, and this side they go in an angle. Anyway, the building has 4 corners, but the 4th corner is actually totally gone. I used this part also for the little extra building, but anyway, you need this shape 4 times. 1.5 by 8, 1.5 inch by 8 inch. And this is something that's interesting for those of you who do not have access to thicker foam, that apart from the dome and apart from the ceiling within this build, I only need foam that is less than or max 2 inch. That's max 2 inch. Okay, so these are the 4 we need 4 times. Then we have a wall with a large gate. We have a wall with a smaller Gothic gate or door, and we have 2 ruined walls. For this we actually need 1 block. No, maybe 2, but this is a block, and that block is again 8 inch high. It is, let me measure it. Let me measure it for you. It's 5.5 inch wide. And in this case it is 2 inch thick, but after cutting we will have, let's see. Oh, well, it's 7/8 of an inch. It could be an inch thick. But it's in this case it's 7/8 of an inch. So 2 of these, 4 of these, 2 of these, and then we already have this structure. Within the build, I'm not sure if you can see it, we have this awesome looking Gothic ceiling. And for this we need 4 blocks, 4 of these blocks. And here it's a bit challenging because this block is, it's 2 5/8 of an inch times 2 5/8 of an inch, and it's 3/8 of an inch high. So we need 4 of those. Now if you do not have that size, 2 5/8, you might be able to stack 2 sheets together to form that block. So just a thought. 4 of those, and then we have the ceiling. On top we have a sheet. It's a thin sheet. It's 2/5 of an inch thick. It's 5.5 times 5.5 inch, and this will go on top. Forget about the dome, but actually with all this I'm able to build this basic shape. So let's start doing this. Okay, so let's start with the corner pieces. Now for this I will use the angle slider, and from bottom to the top we have 2 sides that we have to cut in an angle, meaning that the cut starts at the edge here and will go in roughly 1 centimeter, 2/5 of an inch on top. Now the good thing of this machine, it has a grid of square centimeters, and actually here it's 0 and here it's -1. So if that is something that is something you can measure out on your table. And now I have the angle on my angle slider, and now I can cut 2 sides. Here we go. Starting from 0 to -1. So this is one side. Do it again. In this case I keep the parts together. And I have to repeat this for at least 3 columns. I would suggest you make 4, but here you have already, you see the smaller area, the larger area, right? So I already have 2 here. Let's do the third one. I will partially already glue pieces together. Partially because I need access to all the parts of the build for applying texture. Okay, just another one. And cut them all at once, because now it's all set in a specific way, and if you reset it, you might get some differences in your cuts. So just cut it all in one go. Okay, and this one actually is we'll do this again because this one is a bit off. This was an old cut. That's better. That's so much better. And okay, there we go. Okay, so the 4 corner pieces are ready. There we are. And now we go for the wall segments. So I have this thicker block. Just to remind you, it's 5.5 inch. It's 14 centimeters, 20 centimeters high. It's 8 inch high. I get rid of the coating. And now it's time to call for some assistance, which means I will get the template set I developed for making this project. So here I have the, you could say, the Nativity template set, which has a few templates. I will go through them to explain what they are for, and we will be using all of them. So okay, so let's start with this one. So here we have the stairway template for making the 2 stairways that are in front of this build. So that's one thing. We have the big arch over here. I will assemble it straight away. This is the big arch with okay, there we go. Hop, 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 hop. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, there we are. I have to seal them so they go. So I have to lock them. There you go. They're locked. Okay, so this is what I need. This template I need for getting the large arch. And again, I do the same with this smaller Gothic one. There you are. To get the smaller opening, which you will see in a moment. Then we still have this one. And this is also a small template set, which we will be needing for actually making the little side window over here. And of course we also have the windows. Okay. Okay, let's throw away everything I do not need. Now this is 2 centimeters, and 2 centimeters is 7/8 of an inch, just so you know. So this block I will now cut up 2 sheets 2 centimeters wide. There we go. Working with larger projects like this is a challenge, because although it's quite a big scale, you still are working with a machine that has a limited height, as you can see. So every part you design for a larger scale build needs to fit underneath the arm of the machine. So this is actually the maximum height I can cut for these walls. Okay, so here I have the first one, template, put it in nicely in the middle. Okay. Okay, this is nice. Actually, there's an opening here. If I put this one in here, now I have, come on, work with me. Yes, there you go. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, same height, and now it lies stable. So there we go. And we're gonna cut this one out. We only cut out the inside. So, okay, that's nice. Okay, there's one. Okay, get this one out. Yeah. Okay, and now let's change it. This one. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. That's the second one. Okay, good enough. Let's cut it out. Okay, looks good. So here we have the front. I take 2 pillars. Let me see, I have to get the straight one. Okay, is this the straight one? Yep, okay, should be. And I have one over here. So this is how it will look. So looking at this one, we have the pillar, and the rear of the pillar we have the wall. So actually I take a corner piece. I take, oh, in this case it's a corner piece, the large wall and a corner piece, and I will start gluing them together. Okay. Using wood glue. I'm not in a hurry, and I don't want any unwanted seams in this project, so I use wood glue. I glue this on and just wait for a couple of hours. But this also means that I will not glue the entire project in one go, because I want to have access also here to actually apply texture. Okay, oops. Okay, almost there. One. Now there is a little bit difference in height, as you can see. No worries, we can cut that in one go. That's something we worry about later. So this is one thing, it's done. So there you go. Next. This one, sorry, I have to get that one again. So we have the front over here. If we really want to follow, so here we have the side. Now I could actually glue this one on as well, forming this, but hey, don't really have to, so I won't. But I will actually glue this one on here for now. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Okay, there we are. As for the remaining 2 walls, those are ruined walls. I have another sheet, same width, same thickness, same height, which will, let me turn it around for you, which can go here and here. But since this is a ruined wall, let's make it ruined. So how about this? That's great. So let's cut it up. Okay, that's nice. And yeah, I could use this one also if I want to have a larger piece. If I want to have more wall, then I simply cut another sheet like this and use that one. But for me now, the way it looks, it's fine. So actually having 3 of these sheets is already fine. We're getting somewhere. Now this is a square that fits in already, but it's time to work with some of the templates. We are going to cut out the ceiling, these 4 pieces. Now with the set we have templates to actually cut this out. For some reason, don't know where they are, so I grabbed some other shapes that actually are the same. They are from the Fold set. But let me just show you how it's done. Normally the shape, very well prepared by the way, the shape is like this. So it fits one on one. This one is a bit too large. But again, the whole idea is the same. So what I do, I take the block, put the template on either side, push it towards the fence up until it's perfect. And now I cut. I do the first cut. So here we go. First cut. There we go. There we are. Okay, do it again. First cut. Have to flip the block to the side. Align the templates. Okay, everything is set. There we go. Okay, and there we have the first of 4 ceiling shapes. So I cut up the rest. I already did that actually, so we skip that just to speed up the whole process. And let me show you how that looks. Okay, we have the 4 ceiling parts ready, and in the end, so you know how it will look, it looks something like this. Now in my experience, you can reasonably well texture them even if they are all glued together. So that's what I will do, I think. Yeah, let's try and do that, so we have an idea of how it looks. So yeah, just looking if it, just checking if it all fits more or less. I think it does. I'm in doubt because let me explain. And this is a thing. I would like to make the basic build. I will not glue them. I will not glue them. You see these lines here, very sharp lines. They're very easy to apply on this part, but then nothing has to be in the way. So I will just simply stack them with needles. That's what I will do. Let me start with that. Okay. Two. Three. And another one, the final one. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. That looks okay. Okay, good. So here we have the ceiling. It's very fragile now, but with this 5.5 inch to 5.5 inch on top, you already see that. Well, let's try. I'm going to try and pinpoint this piece on there. Again, this video is about cutting, preparation, the basic shape, to prepare the basic shape. The next video I will texture the whole thing. And after that we can assemble it. So this is what it is. So here we have the base with the 2 walls. Now let's turn it, and here you will see the goes in. Now I cannot go all the way down, it has to go a little bit deeper, it has to go like this. So a small piece sticks out, but there are some needles in the way. But here you see we already also have the ceiling ready. If this is slightly too big, not worries. If this is all textured and then glued, we can slice it a little bit until it fits perfectly. Not sure, just doing like this. And again, let's try. Actually, it should rest on more. Okay, well, you get the idea, I guess. So what's next? Actually, we do have the base shape almost done. I will do one final thing, which is the dome. And then I will cut the 2 stairs. There is a little side building here, which is very simple. A sheet, a corner piece, and a sheet. I think I will skip that for now. And there's a more organic stairs here. I think I will do that one as well. So, okay. Put that all aside. Let's go for the dome. So for this, if you only have 2-inch blocks, then simply glue 2 sheets of 2-inch on top of each other, and you have a thickness that is more or less like this. And it's a square of 6/8, 4.5, 4/6/8 of an inch. Yeah, okay, 4/6/8 of an inch. It here says 4.5 inch, but okay, but it doesn't matter that much. I think simply 4.5 inch would be fine. Okay, so this block. Okay, I don't have a pen, so I'll use a knife. 1. And there we go, number 2. Now I have the center, and now I get my my circular cutting board 2.0. Put this one in. And first I would like to make a circle. Again, it doesn't matter if this cylinder is a little bit larger or smaller. Roughly 4-inch diameter, which I think, oh, it is 4-inch, which is fine. 4-inch is fine. Okay, there we go. 1, 2. Put this block on here. Okay, a little bit forward. And off we go. Well, you've seen me doing this before in the special video about this tool. I'm just keep on rotating, cutting, rotating, cutting, rotating, cutting. So I think it's time to go fast forward. Okay, so there you have it, the dome. It looks horrible, which is fine because it's an old dome. I have to sand it, of course, but if I put it on here, then we already have that part finished as well. On to the next part, and that is the, you could say, dormer window maybe. Let's try and make that one. So here I have the two templates, yeah, for making this window. So first of all, I need a block that has this length, it has this height, and it's, so I'll give you the measurements. It's 3 2/8 of an inch wide. It's 1.5 inch thick, and it's 4.5 inch long. So putting these like this, then I get a ruler, put it all, align it like this, and now I should be able to, okay, so this is the arch underneath. Oh, and here we have, okay, so here we have the shape already. There's some coating on it, and actually just clean up the top because it doesn't look that nice and crisp, and now it does. So have to cut away the coating on both sides to start with, and then we do another fun thing, I hope, which is the following. Okay, that's nice. So here you see, here it is. Now, as you can see, here we have a wooden or a beam structure that follows this archway. And actually, it is this arch, right? So that looks a little bit difficult, but if I'm not mistaken, and I think a tiger is heading my way now. Hey, come here. No. Okay, he's just looking from the side. That's fine. So I have here a wider, some pieces, so I can actually, okay, the cat is destroying my base. Okay, yeah. So here I have a wider piece. And there we go. Put that one on. And there's the other one. Okay, come on. Yeah, there you go. Okie dokie, there we are. Okay, the basic shape. Now I will actually do a freehand cut, because if you look at the final part, you will see that we have an arch here. And the arch, the wooden beams that follow this stone arch, and this is what I want to cut out. So in order to do so, I take this template, and now I will use the outside to actually determine where I must cut it. Get myself a pencil. Pencil. Ooh. Yeah, got it. So I use the cutout piece, this one, yeah, like this. And now I take it off, put it on the back, make a little mark somewhere in the middle. So this is as high as I can go. Put the template on, line it out nicely in the middle, a little bit lower maybe. And this is what I want to cut out. So very low temperature, preferably. Let's see. Okay, this is as low as it gets. And there we go. Very, very nice. Now that we've done this, we go on to the next step. And the next step, I have to look what I've done with this one. Okay, that's interesting. Let me check. Okay, how did I do that? Interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool. Yep. So I did do the following. Underneath here is a beam. That's this beam. And the top of the beam, that's what I want. A little mark here, that's the top of the beam. And now I use my fence, as you can see, and I cut away. Yep, I cut away. There you go. I split the block up in a top and a bottom. Okay. Now I really get my fence. Okay, there it is. Put it in, okay, roughly 2/8 of an inch, I think. And let's cut the inside out. Okay, flip it, and there we go. And yep, there we are. Perfect. So here we have yep, there it is. So I can glue a thin sheet on top of it that sticks out a little bit. And of course, which is actually not the basic shape, but I can cut out these two windows as well. Just to keep things just to keep the video not, short, not too long. It's already way too long. I can imagine cutting these out using a scalpel knife. You've seen me done that before. We have to glue this one underneath. Put a sheet on here, and that part is ready as well. Okay, is there something when it comes to building the basic shape? This part, we will skip this part for now. Yeah, I do want to show you the final stairway. The stairway that goes in the front. Let me see, that's the one I have somewhere lying around. There it is. So here we have it, the stairway. And actually this is a fun one. It's already, yeah, it's nicely aligned. So here we go. Wait, okay, a little bit more heat, that's better. Okay, that's one. Okay, this one, this side is good. That's nice. It's good to know. Okay, so there we go. Okay. It's good. And to make it a little bit more interesting, 1 centimeter, 2/5 of an inch, shorten it. Okay. And here we actually have the stairway. Now it might be a little bit too wide, so I can make it a little bit narrower. I can use this front part for this corner, and finally the final thing I want to show you for the basic for this basic video is to make this organic stairway. Which is this one. Okay. Yep. So let's see. So finally, for this video, where we only make the basic shapes, the organic stairway. Actually here on this side. So I took a block roughly the same height as your base. It's a little bit less high, but that's okay. And I actually just drew an organic line, the outside, the inside. So this is a wall, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So let's cut that out. Starting with the outline. And the lines are just a rough guidance. You can alter, you can deviate from that line if you like. Okay, that's one. Okay, now we have the wall. This is the wall, and now we need to make the steps. And for this, I think I will be needing. So I drew a few lines, but my pencil is, oh, there is my pencil. I drew a few lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and okay. So I'm now trying and cutting away. So I start with the lowest, something around here. So what I do is I angle the block and now I try and cut that part out. And this is the first step. Let's go for the next one. Would be cool to actually get the right height. Okay, so there we go. Okay, there we go. And the next one. Well, and if you wonder, there's a cat over here demolishing my stuff, which is quite normal, so that's okay. Okay. Now we have the next one. Very, very nice. Okay. And the final one. Let's try and do it in one go. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Adjust it a little bit. Okay, we can still alter a lot. It's just a rough first shape where we have the steps now. And here we have the organic stairway basic shape. Okay, so next I will assemble all the parts using needles, so you have an idea what we've done so far, which I think wraps up this video. Okay, I think we did the largest part of building the basic shape of this project. The side building, haven't done that, can edit later on. But anyway, as you can see, we now have the basic shape. And if I rotate it, the stairs will come off. We'll do it. Then you will see that we still have to do a lot of adjustment, because if the rear of the build is partially ruined, as you can see, then you see that we have to cut away quite a large piece from the top and from the ceiling as well, which I haven't done so yet, but that's fairly simple. No rush here. So Apart from that, yeah, I think we are, let's turn it around. I think we are there. Looks very good. And now the real work starts. Which means that if we look at the one that's already textured, then let's start with the base. Then we see a lot of big tiles that go all the way, like they are very old and wobbly, diagonal, some wooden beams, etc., etc. So we will start with that, and for that we will be needing the hammer and a flat wooden piece, and with that we are going to make the top of this, and that's fun. Once we've done that, we will go on to the building, and since our basic structure is now still, they are loose elements, it's way much easier to texture the front and then texture the inner side. And for this we will be using a texture roller like this one to speed things up. We use a pencil, we use a scalpel knife, and most importantly we use a wood burner set for the lower wall parts. The lower wall parts, they are very rough, deep stones. Then we have a nice partially plastered area, and then we have slightly more delicate bricks, which we will apply with a pencil. So there's a lot of work still to be done, but ladies and gentlemen, we have a start. So yeah, if you like it, I suggest build it. There are a few little elements still missing, like the top pieces here, the wooden shingles, the side building, but we will get back to that, I think, in the next video, which consists mostly out of applying texture, but during that process you will see that everything comes together nicely. That's it for now. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I wish you again lots of hobby fun. I think this template set, if you are interested concerning this build, will be in the shop once this video is released. And see you in the follow-up video. Bye.